Hello everyone, I'm Jaz and welcome to Jaz Pilates. Today we'll be doing a somatic movement session focusing on your hands, neck and shoulders. Let's begin. Come laying down on your back, have a pillow behind your head for support. Bend your knees, your feet on the mat, point your feet inwards and take them to the edges of the mat. Knees together, so just get a feel for it. Let's settle into our practice right now. Place your hands on your belly and let's tune in to our inner environment. Closing your eyes and take this time for yourself and witness. Focusing on the rising of your belly, making no contract to what will happen next. Soften your eyes, your jaw, and your hands, and give in to doing nothing. Taking your feet inwards in towards the mat, about hip width apart. Begin moving your chin towards your chest and then lifting your chin up towards the ceiling, repeating this a few times. Take your arms out wide, resting on the floor. Turn one palm up towards the ceiling and the other palm face down on the floor. And begin moving your hands in this action by rotating your palms. Imagine you have a towel between your hands and you're squeezing the water out. This is the movement that you want to create right now. When you're ready, begin moving your head from side to side as you continue moving your palms up and back down towards the ground. Going with this flow of movement or staying on one side for a few breaths as you turn your head. Feeling any sensation that arises as you do this movement. Softening your eyes, your jaw, and if any time this is too much for you, coming back to the resting position with your hands on your belly. You may feel more movement in one side than the other. Maybe you're becoming aware of any blockages in your shoulders, in your neck. Also opening up the front part of your body as the chest is open here. And just noticing any differences from one side to the other, but not getting attached to them at all. Just witnessing them. Releasing, bringing your hands up towards the ceiling. Begin moving your fingers, making a fist, spreading your fingers out wide, moving your fingers around to what is being asked of you right now. Begin moving your fingers in a waving motion, and then going the other way. So if you started moving from your pinky, start moving from your thumb first. Bring your hands back down, resting your hands in the middle of your chest. And then slowly come onto your side. Bend your knees, your head resting comfortably on the pillow. Bottom hand is resting on the ground, fingers relaxed. Top hand is touching your bottom hand, relaxing here in self-care, in touch. Begin moving your top hand forward over the bottom hand and then pulling your hand back past your elbow crease. Your top shoulder moving back as your hand is coming towards you, and your shoulder moving forward as you reach your hand forward on the mat. Keeping your drishti, your eye gaze, on your top hand, eyes soft. Making no goal here. Letting your body tell you how far and back you will go. Coming back to resting. Breathe in as you bring your top hand up towards the ceiling, and then breathe out as you bring your hand to the other side. Breathing in as you bring the top hand up towards the ceiling, and then breathe out as it becomes to meet your other hand. Just following it here on your own pace. So breathing in as your hand goes up towards the ceiling, and then breathing out as you bring the hand back down. So just going to where is comfortable for you today. keeping your knees stacked on top of each other. So try not to move the knees or the waist too much. Breathing with your own flow here. You may want to hold as you coming over to the twist, coming back, top hand resting on your bottom arm. Turning your head to look more down towards the mat. Lift that top hand up towards the ceiling and staying here. And begin moving that top hand up in the air. So moving the wrist around as if you're changing a light bulb. So rotating the shoulder girdle here, getting some more movement in the arms and the wrist and the fingers. Noticing here any sensations that arise while doing this movement. Any releasing in your body. And just breathing, soft gaze, relaxing your jaw, feeling the rotation in your wrist, exploring the range of movement in your shoulder. Bringing your hand back down when you're ready to meet your bottom hand. Moving your hand forward, and then bring your hand across your arm over your chest and then completely looking over to the other side. Relaxing now your top knee to get a little bit more into the twist and just breathing deeply and fully here. Slowly coming back up, so breathe in as you bring your hand up, breathing out as your top hand meets your bottom arm. So I'm going to get up and over to the other side so you can see what I'm doing. You can just turn over. So again, resting your head on the pillow, your knees are bent, your top hand and bottom fingers touching. And when you're ready, begin reaching that top hand forward and then reaching it back. So begin the movement with your shoulders. So moving the shoulder forward as you reach your hand forward and reaching your hand back. Your drishti, your eye gaze, keeping your gaze soft and looking at the fingers of your top hand. Keeping your core active just a little bit to help with your stability. Knees stacked on top of each other and going where is right for you today. There's no goal here, just letting your body tell you how far forward and how far back you can go. Letting your head naturally roll forward and back with the movement. Then breathe in as you bring that top hand up towards the ceiling and breathe out as you bring it to the other side. So the goal is not to bring the hand completely down to the ground. I'm making some space for myself here so the hand is touching the wall. So remember just to always be comfortable in whatever pose you're doing. So breathe out as the hand goes down towards to reach the ground or to the other hand. Breathe in as you reach the hand up, smiling with your chest as your hand reaches to the other side. And keep looking the whole time at the hand. So the hand comes up, your eyes follow, and then also the other direction. You may, as you're coming back, the top hand reaching the bottom hand, to reach that hand forward a little bit, and then coming up, bringing your hand up towards the ceiling, hand back down, and then opening up more the chest, slowly bringing yourself back up and to meet the bottom hand, reaching your hand forward, and then just resting here for a moment. So bring your hand up towards the ceiling. Head is turning more down towards the ground and begin rotating at the wrist. So moving your fingers and your wrist. Again, having this image in your head that you're changing a light bulb. Getting some mobility in your shoulder girdle. Also the hands, the arms. Also opening up more the side of the neck. And breathing deeply and fully. Noticing any sensations here on this side. How is this side different to the other side? How is the range of movement here? And is the side of the body more open than your other side? Your hand on the ground is completely passive, breathing and witnessing here, connecting to your inner environment. Releasing, bring your hand back down to meet the bottom hand. Push the hand forward, bringing your hand across your arm over your chest with the touch, giving yourself some self-love, and then opening your hand up towards the other side. The top knee can move back down to really go completely comfortable in this pose. And just breathing deeply and fully here. Letting go of your out breath before you breathe in. Breathe in as you bring your hand up, and breathe out as you bring your hand back to meet the bottom hand. Just resting here for a moment. Then bring yourself up. I'm going to come up to the other side. We're going to do another shoulder exercise here. So again, coming onto your side, getting comfortable, knees are bent, bottom hand relaxing on the ground, top hand meeting the bottom hand. Just settling in. And now begin tracing with your hand as always on the ground, like in a half circle. So you want to bring your hand reaching around over your head, just going to where is comfortable for you. Opening up the chest, the armpit, and then back around. So the hand is always staying on the ground as you begin to draw the half circle, letting your body rotate into this movement also. So each time you may go a little bit further, but let your body invite you. Don't make the goal that each time you're going to go further. Witness, see what is being asked of you right now. Let your body do the movement, not your mind. So the top hand, the fingers are staying on the ground as they circle around, bending that elbow, opening up, letting some space for your head, for your neck, and for your armpit. Keep looking at the hand a little bit so your body naturally goes with the flow of this movement. Becoming aware of any sensations or feeling within this movement. Any tightness or any areas that you can feel blockage in, or that has or allows more range of movement. You may want to hold a little bit as you're coming over to the side, or just continue with the movement. Then coming back into a fetus position, just resting here for a moment. Then when you're ready, either turning over or coming up to lay down on your other side. Resting your head on the pillow, knees are bent, bottom hand out in front of you, just being passive, curling your fingers, top hand on the bottom hand, resting here for a moment. When you're ready, begin drawing with your top hand a half circle, so coming over your head, opening up the chest and that top armpit. Begin with a slow range of movement, waiting for your body to invite you to move further. So top hand meeting the bottom hand again, and then following with your eyes, or if your eyes are closed, it's also okay. Making the half circle. Each time maybe going a little bit deeper if that's invited for you today. We're just going to where is comfortable. Letting your torso also go with the movement. So giving some space for your neck, chest. Bending that elbow of the top hand as it goes over your head. And become aware of the sensations on this side. Is this side easier? Is there any blockage on this side that was different to the other side? Again, allowing your body to invite you in to the movement. It will tell you where to go, how far to go, what's feeling right for you at this moment. Maybe holding the position as you twist a little bit over, or just going with the flow of the movement, coming back into a resting position, hands together. Then slowly bring yourself up into a seated position. If you have the pillow, come sitting on the pillow so your hips are higher than your knees. Getting comfortable, wiggling anything out, dropping your head. Then breathe in as you bring your neck up to one side, looking over your shoulder, and then slowly reversing it to the other side. So you want to look down as you're doing like a half circle with your neck, looking over the shoulder, and then just reversing it, just doing a few of these. Keeping your drishti, your eye gaze soft as you move from side to side, just slowly in your own pace. Again, witnessing any changes from side to side, is one side more freer than the other? Any blockage that you might feel in the back part of your body. Coming back to center. Interlace your fingers. Begin making a wave with your fingers. So letting just the flow, letting your elbows, your shoulders get into the movement. Enjoy creating a wave with your hands, wrists. Noticing how your muscles move and stretch in this movement. And now reverse it, so going the other direction. So this one's going to be a little bit more challenging because your brain is like, hey, we're going the other direction, I'm not used to this. Let go of the thought of how you're moving your hands. Just see what happens. But just noticing here, the change, letting go. Begin circling with your fingers each time, your thumb, your index finger, your middle, fourth finger, and your pinky. Just little circles. Begin making a fist and then releasing, making little waves with your fingers as we did at the beginning of the class. And slowly bringing your hands, your fingers together, interlacing your fingers and placing your hands over your chest. Elbows down by your sides, inviting in some trust and self-confidence into your heart center. Closing your eyes, breathing deeply and fully into all parts of your body, noticing how you feel. Witnessing the space you are in at this moment. Thanking yourself and your body for the self-care, for the practice that you have just completed. Releasing, keeping your eyes closed, your hands softly touching on your knees. Slowly open your eyes and just looking around in your environment, allowing colors and shapes to come in. And then slowly opening your eyes completely. Thank you so much for following along with me today. Let me know how you go, and I'll see you soon.